first, I would want to thank Sir Justin Lim for giving me the chance to do a review of this lovely juice line. And this is powered by Dragon Drops and E-Cartel Distribution. So I'll be putting their links down the bottom so you can check them out if in case you would want to try the Coldbolt juice line. So let's start by looking at the packaging. So this is how the bottle looks like. And this is a 65 ml bottle. And we have in front the logo of Yakult and the color blue accent, which is really nice, and the font Coldbolt. Down the bottom it says the flavor, which for example is Yakult Extreme Menthol. And down the other side we have 3, 6, 9, or 12 mg, but right at this point we only have it 3 and 6 mg in production. And some warnings on the side. We have 65 ml over here and nothing much on the other side. So I think the sticker is okay. Well, it is glossy, and the color of the combination used in this bottle, same for the other bottles, are really nice. But let's see how it tastes. And let's try our very first flavor. Let's start with Bubblegum Extreme Menthol. So we have like a green accent over here. I don't know, I think this is like gum and I don't know, spearmint, I would say. But this bottle of Coldbolt is 65 ml and this costs 180 pesos per bottle. And the ratio for this is 70-30 VAPG. So I would say that you can use this for pods, but not entirely, because the recommended VGPG ratio for pods would be 50-50 and 60-40, but sometimes there are e-juice that you can use with 70-30 ratio content. So right now we have Coldbolt Bubblegum flavor, so I'll try to sniff it. Okay, it smells like double mint strip. I don't know if you guys tried that before, the strip. Not the one with the tiny ones, but it smells like somewhat gum and I don't know, that powdery flavor of double mint when you first try it. And let's try and do a taste test. Yep, still the same, it would be double mint, but it's somewhat sweet towards the end. So you get the menthol first and then becomes sweet towards the end. I don't know. So let's try it first on the gear. Our current gear for today is Buoy by Gato Crafts, and our atomizer is Goon 22mm. The build used is with olive wires. This is 3 loops, 2-ply, 3mm guide. This is 28 gauge fused Clapton that we have. And for the battery, we are using AWT. So let's try it first. Honestly, I was expecting this to be a bit more mentally, I would say, mentholated, or at least with a higher expectations with menthol level because of its branding saying that it's extreme menthol. So I would classify this as a low to mid menthol level, but not entirely high or not really at mid. So it's like somewhat in the middle of low and mid. But I would say that the flavor is there. The double mint flavor is there for the bubblegum. It's not like the cheap bubblegum that you can taste everywhere, like the sweet one. This is somewhat spearmint and menthol. So there. Towards the end, it still gets sweet. And when you first puff it, your menthol goes down your throat. But again, it's not too much. Let's move on to our second flavor, which is our Yakult Extreme Menthol. So I have tasted a lot or plenty plenty of Yakult Ejuice flavor, but some of them are not mentholated, so let's see if this is with a higher menthol level than the others that I've tried. So let's try to sniff it. Okay, it smells like Yakult, but it's not really too much. Like, it's not, when you open it, it would already reek in Yakult, but when you get to sniff it like real close, that's the only time that you'll be able to smell Yakult. And it doesn't smell like menthol too, so let's try a taste test. Okay. It tastes like original Yakult with the low hint of menthol. I don't know if it's just me, if my menthol level is really high, but I really can't say that this is an extreme menthol though. So let's try it on our ear. Let's see if it would make any difference. And just a quick disclaimer, you guys, I have tried this with each cotton for each flavor every day. So I've done this for 4 days just so that I can make the review as detailed as possible, or at least as clear as possible when it comes to fresh wick. Okay, now this time for bubblegum, the difference with the Yakult is that the Yakult is overpowered, I think, with the menthol from here, but when you first puff it, the menthol would be going down your throat, but eventually you'll taste your Yakult flavor. And towards the end, when you exhale it, the flavor stays, but the menthol doesn't. So the menthol level is actually okay. It's quite good, but still, if we are looking for mentholated flavors, let's not compromise the flavor by its menthol level. So let's move on to our third flavor, which is our Root Beer Extreme Menthol. So let's try to do a sniff test for this. It smells like root beer, but with somewhat a hint of, I don't know, a tobacco feel, taste, but yeah, still the same. Maybe that's because of the menthol, but okay. It tastes like root beer float. It's like somewhat sweet, but still mentholated, and the fizz, like the taste of the fizz when you do a sip from root beer, you'll get that, but let's try and see if it would change when we put it through our atomizer. Okay. The moment that you puff it, you get the menthol again. At first, it goes down your throat, but the root beer, the sweetness of your root beer with somewhat, I don't know, ice cream, it stays in your mouth. So towards the end, when you exhale it, that's where you can feel the menthol coming out again. But the thing is, after you exhale it and when you try to taste it, like after, that's giving you the, I don't know, the aftertaste of root beer. It's still there, but it's somewhat getting subtle. So good flavoring for the root beer. Honestly, this is good root beer for me. But let's move on to our last flavor, which is our black bat. So if you guys have tried the cigarette brand called Black Bat, I think it's somewhat derived from it. So let's see if it would be somewhat like a tobacco taste. I'm expecting this to be like a tobacco taste, but somewhat sweet. So Let's see. There. That's exactly how it smells. It smells like tobacco-based e-juice, but it's somewhat sweet. So let's try a taste test. Okay. Yes. It actually reminds me of a sweet milk tea with somewhat, I don't know, like maybe somewhat like, I can't tell. It's like in the middle of sweet, tobacco, and milk tea. So it's like somewhat in the middle of it. So if you guys have tried other tobacco-based e-juice, I really think that they taste like milk tea. So I don't know. Let's try it on our ear. Let's see if it would remain with the flavor. Yes. Automatic, that's tobacco-based e-juice that I can taste, but the menthol level is getting lower than the other 3 flavors that I've mentioned earlier. Yep, very low menthol level. And somewhat close to none. So it's like somewhat mint feel towards the end. I think that's the only menthol that they put there just so that they can meet the same flavor of Black Bat branded tobacco or cigarette at least. So there. That's actually our 4 flavors for Coldbolt. And what I really liked about this brand is that when you sniff it and you direct taste it up until the time that you vape it, it's very consistent with the flavor. So whenever you try to taste this flavor directly, it's exactly how it tastes when you vape it. It doesn't get subtle flavoring. It doesn't get very, I would say, different flavor or maybe overpowered with VG content. But that's the thing with other brands. There have been some other brands who really taste good when you directly taste it, but when you vape it, it sometimes gets very subtle with the flavoring. And let's rate my favorite to least favorite flavor, and most likely I will be very biased with my flavor tasting because I'm not really fond of tobacco-based e-juice. So my favorite flavor, I would say, would be the root beer, because they give the really good root beer flavor and they have like somewhat fizz flavor when you vape it, and up until the time that you exhale it, you still feel it in your tongue afterwards. So good root beer for me. And the menthol level is okay because it did not compromise the flavor of the root beer. Now let's talk about my least favorite flavor. I would say would be the Black Bat, maybe just because I'm not fond of vaping tobacco-based e-juice, but it actually is kind of sweet. So if you guys are into tobacco-based e-juice and you are trying to move from being a smoker going towards a vapor, you can start using this Black Bat. It would remind you of the cigarette brand and the taste of it as well. So good tobacco taste, but it's somewhat sweet. So if you're really transitioning, that's a good start. So there. And that concludes our today's video, and this again is with Coldbolt. Thank you so much, Sir Justin, for giving me the chance to do a review. Again, I'll be putting the links for E-Cartel distribution down the bottom, and as well as for the page for Coldbolt, I'll be putting the links down the bottom. Just send them a message if in case you want to purchase them, and they're also available in your local shops. So if you like this video, click like, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell just so that you would be updated with the most recent upload when it comes to my reviews. This may be for pods, mods, atomizers, wires, batteries, or e-juice, may it be from freebase, salt nick, or to hybrid. So if you guys have also suggestions with which brands you want me to do a review of, please comment down the bottom, and would really appreciate that. And again, guys, thank you so much. and vape responsibly. I'll see you on the next